Dear colleagues, this is a great opportunity for us to present ourselves, first of all, as the incoming editors of the European Foreign Affairs Review. My name is Ramses Wessel. I'm a professor of European law at the University of Groningen. And my colleague here is next to me. And Steven, please introduce yourself.
Steven Blokmans. I'm the incoming director of CEPS, a Brussels-based think tank, and a part-time professor at University of Amsterdam. And I'm very thrilled with Ramses to take over the European Foreign Affairs Review as editors, but we don't do so alone.
No, actually, that is something that I would like to share with you as well. So if you allow me, I will try and share my, my screen for a minute. This is what you can see. This is the hopefully familiar website of the European Foreign Affairs Review. And what we have done, and to draw your attention to as well, is slightly changing the mission of the journal. Although, of course, it will remain the most important journal dealing with European foreign affairs. But taking a look at the website, you will also see that we have sort of streamlined the procedures. We're going to be a double-blind peer review journal, which is particularly important for younger scholars that would like to publish with us. So that is a big change, I think, in the procedures. Something else I would like to share with you is actually, in fact, the new editorial team as of next year. So it's apart from Steven and myself, you can see here, we have established quite an impressive team of scholars active in European foreign affairs. You can see their names and pictures here. And we're very much looking forward to working with them. And in fact, we've already started by assessing the incoming manuscripts for the issues that are coming out next year. Something that has not changed is our managing editor, Said, who will still be with us. And most of you who have written for the journal will know him from the communication with the journal. So this is what we have we've established, and we would like to continue. There's a few things, of course, that we would like to draw your attention to for the coming year. And one of the first things is the very first issue that we will publish in 2021. And Steven, perhaps you can say a few things about that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, as we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the European Foreign Affairs Review, and where the outgoing editors, Jörg Monar and Nanette Noel, whom we'd like to thank very much, together with Kluwer Law International, of course, for their trust in handing over to us as a new team, and leaving a very well-functioning journal into our hands. We hope, of course, not to betray their trust. We are also celebrating the 10th anniversary of the European External Action Service on the 1st of January 2021. And whereas Brexit will define the last issue of volume 25, we would like to define volume 26, our incoming issue, by looking at the role and functioning of the European External Action Service and how it might be improved. And I think this particular issue is a good illustration of the types of stakeholders in the wider realm of EU external action that we would like to motivate to contribute to the success of the journal and to share their insights, theoretical as well as practical, with an increased readership. And so we will devote the first issue to European diplomacy and ask whether it will be fit for the world of tomorrow. And in that sense, we have found a number of well-established scholars like Sven Biskop, as well as Katja Biedenkop, Dunja Duic, Raluca Cernatoni, but also a handful of practitioners, starting with Pierre Vimont, the first Executive Secretary General of the European Action Service, Gerhard Konrad, who was a former director of the EU INTCEN, Vigaudas Ušakas, former ambassador for the EU in Russia and USR for Afghanistan, as well as other think tankers, as well as NGO representatives to share light on the issues that they care most about, whether that is from navigating the future cyber world or creating a service which is fit for all weathers in terms of climate diplomacy, the factory of ideas, which the European Action Service was supposed to be to increase the cognitive legitimacy of the European Union. Those will be topics dealt with by people working also now for the European External Action Service, like Hervé Delphin, the head of the Strategic Policy Planning Division, or on mediation and facilitation of dialogues, Antje Herberg of the Mediation Support Unit. I think this gives a good illustration of the type of work and academic and practical that we would like to share with our readership. In this respect, it's perhaps also worth noting that the competition for the special issue of 2021, as it was written out by the outgoing editors and Said Hamamoun in an earlier issue of this year, has been won by the team led by Pernille Rieker, who's a research professor at NUPI, the Norwegian Institute for International Affairs. And they will look at the external differentiation of the European Union, or should I say, understanding the EU's approach to foreign security and defense policy through the prism of differentiated integration. Taking both conceptual issues like principled pragmatism into account, of course, as well as the literature of differentiated integration, fitting that in an EU legal framework. What is the significance of EU law in what is inherently this politically fragmented space? It will indeed devote an issue to unity of member states' actions in space, literally outer space, as well as more traditional topics of EU representation in international institutions, unified responses to crises, and many more topics. So I think already with these two special issues, if you want, for 2021, you get a flavor of what we will want to achieve. It's obvious that regular issues 2 and 3, also in the upcoming years, will be devoted to papers that will be sent to the editorial board for peer review. Ramses.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Yes, that gives a nice overview of our plans. And indeed, as you say, there's ample room in the other issues in 2021 for your submissions. So we very, very welcome all interesting papers that you've written and would like to write on anything related to European foreign affairs, being it legal, political, economic. We're a multidisciplinary journal and we'd like to keep it that way. So please send us your interesting papers. Especially also younger scholars, feel free to do that. So I think this ends our short promotional video for the European Foreign Affairs review. Hope to see your papers and hope to see you somewhere soon at some of the conferences. Thank you very much.